So I picked one. I picked my next competition. All right, we are about to head on over to the gym, but first, I figured I would talk a little bit about what I'm gonna be doing next competition-wise, because I haven't done a competition in a really long time. I have done the open, of course, and quarterfinals and things like that, which I love doing and I do every year, but an actual in-person competition, it's been a second. Like probably more than a year, and it'll definitely be more than a year by the time I do this competition. It's like more than a year now, so definitely more than a year with no in-person competitions before I end up doing this next competition. But I was looking for something fun. I decided I wanted to go the individual route. The last competition I did was a team of 2 competition, so I wanted to do the individual route. I kind of want to do something a little bit longer, like a multi-day competition. Those are really fun and not something gets the opportunity to do as much as doing more traditional competitions, like one-day competitions at a local gym. So I was like, what should I do? What would be a fun idea? So I picked one. I picked my next competition. I am going to be doing Wodapalooza, the SoCal version. This will be the first year of the SoCal version, and it's happening in Huntington Beach, Southern California. And I have been there before, back when the CrossFit Games used to be there. I believe Huntington Beach is the area they used to do the swim event for the CrossFit Games. So I've been there a couple times when I've been there to like just watch and enjoy the CrossFit Games. And when I saw that Wodapalooza was having an event there, I'm like, I should do that. That would be fun. It's driving distance, which is always a plus. I did Wodapalooza back in 2022, January of 2022, so more than 2 years ago now. And it was super fun, but it was in Miami. That's like, you gotta fly, it's a whole thing. Time change, because I live in Northern California, so it's like a 3-hour time change, just a big thing to do. Oop, my alarm is going up on my wrist, telling me I should leave for the gym. But I decided that SoCal would be fun first time. I tried to sign up for the open division, and I tried to sign up and was having so much trouble. It just like wasn't letting me do it, Competition Corner. So I reached out to Wodapalooza, and by the time they got my email, it was sold out. And they're like, we'll try to find something for you in the appropriate division. And eventually they got back to me and they're like, we opened up a spot for you in intermediate, which is harder than open division. And I was like, well, sounds like I have to rise to the occasion. I could just be like, no thanks, and try my hands at trying to get an open division later on because they're doing this in waves. But I was like, let's challenge myself. Someone has to come in last, and it may be me, and I am okay with that. I'll just be there for fun then, because at that point, once you know you're last, you're like, oh, well, let's just have fun. So, and either way, I'm just going for fun and to challenge myself. It's sometimes fun to have something to train for versus like always just training for regular fitness, which is a totally great reason to train. But sometimes it's fun to push yourself a little bit and do something a little bit different and try to train for a goal. So having this coming up is a goal, getting my shoe on, that is something for me to train for. So that should be fun. I'm really excited. I'm sure I will vlog being at Wodapalooza in September. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe. Lots of other CrossFit Games vlogs and stuff to come before that. But that's something to look forward to post CrossFit Games, because there's less content anyway then. So something fun for me to show you guys and for you guys to tag along during. So we're heading to the gym. It is Thursday, so it's sort of an active recovery workout. So I'll show you what that looks like. I just try to like more move versus trying to be like the fastest I can be. That was yesterday. We did Randy, which was super hard. Just 75 power snatches for time. Much harder than I thought it was going to be. But today is like more of a recovery workout. So we're gonna have fun. We're going to stay fit, and we're going to say hi to Carson before we leave. Carson, come here. Come say hi. Come say hi to the vlog. Come here. He's on the couch right next to me, but just not over here. Come here, buddy. Carson, right here. Right here. Come say hi to the vlog. Up, up. Come on. Oh, there he is. There he is. He knocked the tripod a little bit, but he's here now. Christian, say hi. Oh, I love you too. All right, recovery workout, a little bit different than what we usually show in these vlogs. Usually I show workouts that are a little bit tougher, your heart rate's up super high the whole time, you're trying to get that best possible score. And that really wasn't my thought process going into this workout. So let's first discuss what this workout is. So it is 4 time, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 calories on the row, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5 alternating lunges, and 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 strict pull-ups. So the way you do this, if you're new to CrossFit or haven't seen a workout written like this before, how it works is you would do 50 calories on the rower, then 25 alternating lunges, then 10 strict pull-ups. Then you do 40, 28, etc., etc., etc. So right now we are on that 50 calories on the rower, or you could use a bike, it says. So we're just chipping away right now. 50 calories, that's a big, big number. And I will say, watching some of the men do this compared to the women, you're likely going to have the men going faster because the calories are not adjusted for the women. It has a 22-minute time cap. I did not need that time cap. I think most people will not need that time cap. I think the only real place you'd get stuck is if you struggle with the strict pull-ups. But I think even if you did them as singles, you could get through this workout in that 22-minute time cap. You just have to keep moving, keep your body going. Don't get stuck looking at that bar. If you think you're gonna need to do singles from the get-go. That's the smartest move here. And I am in class right now. I'm just sort of over in the corner so I don't get too many other people in my video who may not want to be on YouTube. I subject myself to this and enjoy doing it, but not everyone feels that way. That's why I like to share, try to be cognizant of the fact that not everyone wants to share as much as me. So working on these 50 calories on this rower, it is a boring time. If you've ever done high calories, you can see I'm like looking around, looking out the window, looking at other people, being like, when is this going to be over? But this is your biggest chunk of calories on the rower at once. So you just kind of got to move through it and remember that this is almost part of the warm-up. So we did warm up before this. If you're taking this workout on, you should do some warm-up before this. But because you are spending 50 calories on a machine, that's a good amount of time to get warm, and you're not going to get injured, or not very likely to get injured rowing on the machine, on the rower. So it's a workout where you don't need to do quite as much of a warm-up because you will get warm as you get into it, which makes sense for a recovery type workout. Sometimes you can just walk into the gym and start your recovery workout. They tend to be a little bit longer and lower heart rate. So that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna finish up those 50 calories on this rower here, and then we're gonna move into those lunges. They were written as body weight lunges. If you wanted to make this workout a little bit more challenging and not quite as much of a recovery, you could add weight, you could add a sandbag, you could do a barbell across your back. A little bit harder to get there, but you could do that. You could put a barbell on the front rack, dumbbells, kettlebells, lots of options of ways that you could soup this up a little bit if you wanted to make it a little bit tougher. You could also do those strict pull-ups weighted if you wanted to make this pretty tough too. But we're not doing that. We're on to those body weight lunges, just 25 of them. And try to remember to stand all the way up in between the lunges. I saw some people that really weren't standing up as much. And if you're worried about standing up and worried about if you are standing up, a good way to check that on a lunge is to squeeze your butt. If you're squeezing your butt, you're probably standing all the way up. So that's just advice for life. It's always good to squeeze your butt. Bad date, squeeze your butt, makes it better. Struggling on a lift, squeeze your butt, probably make you lift more. So squeeze your butt, use that butt. That's my advice for life. Just, it's not a bad idea. Always good to have a good butt. So we're working through those lunges, getting ready for those strict pull-ups. And when you go into those strict pull-ups, like I said, manageable sets. That's going to be a big part of this type of workout. And I just tried to get on there right away. And trying to make sure you're really doing these strict. I saw a lot of people, bending those knees at the bottom just because they want to get that one extra rep, or they don't want to come off super soon. I don't know. But I think it's best to be accountable and to have virtuosity and to do what's going to make you best long term, right? Like, this is one workout that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Like, if you want to be better in the CrossFit Open or at a competition, like, what you got on this workout doesn't matter. So, like, I did a single at the end. I think I did 5 reps to start and smaller sets in between. That works. You don't need the last rep was literally a single. That's totally fine. It's just 10 reps. Still got through that fairly quickly. So remember that, like, when you're in the gym doing these types of workouts, that, like, winning this isn't going to make you your best athlete, your best version of the best athlete you can be. Pushing yourself to your highest standard and doing the thing that's hardest for you and challenging yourself without injuring yourself, but challenging yourself in a healthy way, that's how you're going to become the best athlete version of yourself. So do the harder thing. Yeah, you may have to do all 10 strict pull-ups as singles, and you might feel like, dang, that person next to me is going so much faster. I wish that was me. I'm going to use a band, or I'm going to switch to a chin-up because I know the chin-ups are faster. But does that make you better? I feel like that's a question we should all ask ourselves when we're doing these workouts and when we're choosing our scale. What's going to make us better? You should definitely scale the workout if you need to. Always scale the workouts when you need to. No shame in scaling. But I challenge people not to scale below their abilities so they can finish quickly. I know it feels good to be like, yes, I'm the first one done. I did it. But if you overscaled it and you're the first one done, like, did you really win? And did you get the most you could get out of that workout? And if the answer is no, then I challenge you to do the harder scale. You might still need a scale, but scale it in a harder way so that you're going to get the best workout, but also improve yourself so that in the future, if you want to be putting that RX on the board, you'll be able to do that because you challenged yourself to do the harder thing, maybe when you didn't want to do it. So that's just my advice for when you're going into any workout and looking to scale. We do jump ship training at this gym that I'm at. I'm at Pacific Strength CrossFit in Oakland, California. So that programming, I like it a whole lot. And I've heard some people here that'll see the programming and like, is that jump ship? It is jump ship. I think it's some great programming. It really challenges me. Sometimes the weights are super heavy. I've had to scale more here than I did at my previous gym, I feel like, Diablo CrossFit, because a lot of the workouts are heavier than my capabilities at times. And it's great to have to scale and to try to figure out what the appropriate scale is. Because when I have to scale, I know, like, in the future, there's a possibility I'll be able to do this RX. I'll be able to do it RX in the future. So that's a pretty awesome thing to think about, and to have that ability to have the opportunity to PR in the future, to get better, to be better, to know that there's, things I still have to push for. I love that. And there's plenty of things in CrossFit I still have to push for, but I love when the class workouts are a push for everybody of all abilities. I think that's awesome. So back onto those lunges, and I asked, it's just 25, 20, 15, 10, 5 total each time. It's not on each leg. So faster allows you to move through this workout a little bit more quickly and allows you to finish it under the time cap. If it was double the reps, might be a little bit more difficult, but 20, you get through 20 total fairly quickly. So working on those 20, making sure I'm locking out at the top here so that I can, get the most I can get out of these lunges. Work on that booty, always working on the booty. Always trying to make myself stronger. And like, also, that's one of the areas that's weak for me. I always feel my glutes in certain workouts, knowing that they need to be a little bit stronger. So still working on that. I enjoy pull-ups, and I enjoy doing the strict pull-up when I can, because I feel like I can do them pretty well. And strict strength is always important. Like, building those little muscles, the little strict muscles, That's what's going to keep you from getting injured when you're doing the kipping movements. So if you don't have a strict pull-up yet and you do kip the pull-ups, I would recommend working on that strict pull-up. It's a very important basic, and this workout is very basic and very back to the simple things. And speaking about simple things, that's a push that Dave Castro has been doing recently in what we've seen in the Open, in quarterfinals, less of these crazy like crossovers and pullovers and all that stuff. We may see some of that at the games. Those are the best of the best, but there is a push back towards like simple, effective CrossFit. And this workout, although it's not a killer, it is simple, effective CrossFit. And now I believe we're on to the 30 calories on this rower. So we've done the 50 and the 40. So we're more than halfway through this workout. And this is when the sets get very obtainable and you feel like you can really start moving rather than settling in. Because prior to this, it felt like, you know, you got to settle in. You got this long row. All the reps are high. Now they're getting pretty small. You can kind of kick a little bit, you know, push a little bit. But it's not a super push workout. You'll see what I look like at the end of this workout, and it's very different from some of the other workouts you've seen where I'm literally on the floor with my head on the ground. We're not there after this. This is not that type of workout. We're just moving and grooving. So I was saying, though, about the Open and the games this year, what I'm expecting. I do think we're going to see a lot of traditional CrossFit based on what we heard from Castro all year about making it accessible. And I know the games obviously do not have to be accessible. These are the 40 fittest men and women in the world. A lot more is accessible to them than us. But I think they do want to show just how effective CrossFit can be in its simplest form. So I think we are going to see some workouts in the games that are fairly simple, that we could all go into our affiliates and do it on our own and do it almost very similarly to the elite athletes. I think we're going to see that at the games this year. I'm just predicting. I'm not sure. But if you agree or if you disagree, you can definitely let me know in the comments section below here about what you think about that. So getting off of those 30 calories, I believe now we are down to just 15 of these lunges. And yes, there is odd numbers, so I guess technically you're sort of uneven, but the numbers are so small that it's not like you're getting significantly uneven here. And you could, if you remembered which one you started on the prior time, make sure you start on the opposite. I did not do that. Again, these are really small numbers. I don't think it's going to come back to bite me in the butt or anything. But you could do that if you were worried about that. Moving back over to these strict pull-ups. I almost did a chin-up there. I just switched my grip if you saw that for a second. A bunch of the guys that were working out around me were all doing chin-ups. Not sure why. It definitely said strict pull-ups on the whiteboard and on Sugar WOD, so I'm not really sure why they would do chin-ups, but it literally threw me off in that moment because right before this I was on the rower watching them do strict chin-ups, and I'm like, oh, chin-ups, nope, this is a pull-up, I think. And pull-ups are harder for me, so I am very much, like I've said earlier, into doing the harder thing. You could sub the strict pull-ups for chin-ups, but I do think chin-ups tend to be easier for most people. Like the muscles you're able to recruit are ones that tend to be a little bit stronger. So I do think they're easier. So I would advise, if they are easier for you, don't do it here. It is programmed as a pull-up. So do the pull-up like it says. That is a neutral grip facing forward. Do the pull-up. Do the harder thing. Challenge yourself. Use this as an opportunity to get better. We want to get better. I talked about that at the beginning of this video with going into a higher division at Wodapalooza than I had planned. I need to rise to that occasion. I want to take that opportunity to rise. I could take that opportunity and be like, no, thank you. I'll try my hand at getting into the open division again with the next round of signups. But this is an opportunity. It is an opportunity for me to get better. It is an opportunity for me to push myself and to challenge myself and to see what I can really do. I want to take that opportunity. And I encourage everyone else to take that opportunity every day in the gym. Take the opportunity. No one really cares about what you're doing. You care the most about what you're doing. And you may think other people around you really care about what you're doing, but they don't. People that look sometimes are looking just for like advice on how to do what you're doing, if you're good at what you're doing. But generally, people are more focused on themselves than they'll ever be focused on you. It's just like a fact of life. So we're doing those 10 lunges right now. So if you're doing something that challenges you and you're not doing as well as you thought you would do, no one cares. Unless they're cheering you on, but they're just cheering you on to make you feel better and to know that they're encouraging you, not because they think you're not good at it. So don't get wrapped up in that. Do the hard thing, even if it looks stupid sometimes. Try it. Second to last set of strict pull-ups, but I did 4 unbroken there. And now getting into that last set of calories on the rower, lunging, and then we'll just have 2 more strict pull-ups. So yeah, choose the hard thing though. We all choose our hard. I talked about that in my last video about doing CrossFit for 10 years. We all choose our hard. CrossFit is hard. Walking into the gym every day is hard. Pushing yourself is really hard. So choose your hard. Do the hard thing. Challenge yourself. Get better every day. That is my advice to you and my advice to myself. Sometimes I say these things to all of you in these videos, but I'm also saying it to myself. I chose this hard for the last 10 years, and I am still choosing this hard every day, and I choose to do the harder thing if I'm capable of doing it to challenge myself. Getting off this rower for this last set of some quick lunges before we run over to that pull-up bar to do our last set of just 2 pull-ups. Here we go. Strict pull-ups. Keep the lower body as straight as possible. 1, 2. And then a little thumbs up to the camera. And this is what I mean. Like other workouts, I'm literally falling on the ground. I can still walk after this. That's the type of workout this is. And we do have some skill work after this. So looks like I just walked off and went right into this. There was a little bit of a break. That was just some cool editing there that I didn't even know I did. So 3 sets of 8 to 12 dips, ring or matador. I did a little bit, I think I did like 6 here. The rings were swinging a whole ton. And that's what I had today. Like I said, scaling is okay. So doing those and then going as quickly as possibly into the max hollow rocks for 40 seconds. I'm just looking at the clock to get a good time to start these. And then right into that. I'm just going to show you this one set because I actually had to move out of this space because it was one of the personal trainers was moving in there to do a personal training session at the top of the hour. So I didn't want to get in the way. So I moved over after this. So I just recorded this one set for you. You can see underneath me like how sweaty I am. This workout was much sweatier than I thought it was going to be. It was much more humid than I thought it was going to be. But a good workout. I love that we did a longer recovery piece and then also had time to get in a little bit of skill work here as well. This jump ship training really utilizes the full hour, which I think is awesome. Back home with Carson, who's saying hi to me, but not to all of you. Hi, Carson. We just went on a little walk after I got back home, and I stopped at my mailbox. I got this. I think this is a t-shirt, Carson wants it, from Vendicate that I was really excited about. Let's take a look at this. Ooh, and I got a little sticker. Look at that. Look at that sticker. And it matches the shirt. Look how fun. And it's orange. I love orange and it's so soft. Oh, I'm excited for this. I think I might crop it. Love a crop top. So excited for this. Good workout, good like recovery day, just like an active recovery. I also always take actual recovery days every week, but today was more of an active recovery to get ready for Friday and Saturday of some more hard training, getting ready for Wadapalooza. So we'll be doing lots of training for that, trying to get certain things a little bit better so I can compete in this intermediate division. If you want to watch that, make sure you subscribe below, like this video if you had a good time, and leave a comment. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And Carson already said bye. He took off. All right. Bye.